three wonderful images in front of you. Pick the one that you feel most drawn to. You can hear more than one as well. Before we get into your reading, very quickly, just want to tell you about my services. If you want to opt for a private reading, you can reach out to me on Instagram. All the details are in the first post that I have pinned on my Instagram. I also do numerology readings. I also do Akashic. So, any information that you need regarding the readings, you can reach out via Instagram. I also teach tarot card readings offline in Mumbai and also online in case you're based out of Mumbai. For details on that as well, you can reach out to me via my Instagram. Okay, without further ado, let's get started with your readings. Hi, pile number one. If I have to really cut it short and just say it in one line, looking at the cards that I have here for you, I would say you're just being told to rest it out, heal as much as you can, and try and get energized or re energized more quickly so that you can start taking action on your goals, dreams, whatever it is that you have planned next. That is literally broadly what cards are saying to you. But let's break them down, come topic by topic. So, what's happening currently? I do feel as if currently, for many of you, you would have a very strong intuitive power. You might also be in a space where you're kind of like reminding yourself of some of the older lessons, integrating newer lessons into those understanding. And just putting everything together in your head to really absorb all that has happened to you and all that you have understood in this journey called life. So, strong intuition, lot of wisdom. I also feel a lot of people who have chosen this pile might be in a very slow living mindset in their life currently. So, either you could be consciously practicing slow living, or maybe you're just too tired to really do anything. So, I would not call it lazy, I would just say that you're a little burnt out. One thing that you might be feeling currently is that you will get signs about if you are correct about someone, some situation, or not. Your gut is strong right now, so it's sending you these little signals about your life, people, dynamics, and I think you should take it. You might also be actually very intrigued by how your intuition is coming out to be correct too. But there is definitely slowness in life. What has happened in the past, I feel as if the slowness has been in your life since a long while. I also feel that maybe some people in this pile were on their healing journey, and either they were doing it by seeking external help like a therapist or some healer, or you have been just taking life slow first to heal yourself in the last many months. Things also may have felt very, very stuck to you. Almost like that, nothing is happening in action. It's all happening in my head, but I also feel many also struggled to take action towards any of their goals or their dreams. You felt like you were stuck in a limbo, and all you had to do was like kind of rethink, re-strategize everything about your life. And that is how you've garnered those little notes of wisdom and lessons. And right now you're just putting it all together in your mind space. So that's wonderful. What do you need to absorb and accept? Cliched, but trust me, it's the Eight of Cups here. Just let go. The bonds, the phases, the situations in life that may hold emotional baggage for you, but they don't hold any space in your life anymore. Just let them go. Letting go is a big theme. Along with that, I think many people in this pile need to understand what a burnout or emotional tiredness or mental exhaustion actually means. Start listening to your body and rest it out well. Your body is telling you when it needs rest. Your body is telling you when it can't socialize. Listen. Now, what do you need to absorb or accept? This is a bit funny and cute both. Can you please go out and have some fun? Honestly speaking, there is this energy of some need to just go out, find a date, have a little fun, flirty fun, hook up. Some need to just get together with their friends and share like a couple of beers, or maybe make this like a ritual for 2 3 days, or like for a week and a half, like with spaced out days, of course. Not that I hear I'm trying to turn you into an alcoholic, but there's just a need of fun and inspiration. So suppose if you feel guilty, because I do feel as if you're going to feel guilty also a little bit for having fun, that I should be working on the bigger things. That's true. Then you can maybe just go for something that's more inspiring to you. Like suppose if you're in the creative field, if you're an actor, if you're into singing, just go for something that inspires you, like an acting class. Yeah, I mean, you can figure that out for yourself, but point is that either get inspired or just go have fun. And I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of energy of meeting people also, like although yes, you're being told conserve your energy, so maybe I would tweak that. I would say conserve your social energy from people who are not worth it, and just go out and meet your people. Yeah, you just need to have fun. And this is one of the biggest roadblocks right now. I also feel some are maybe just not feeling very inspired or very motivated. And my cards are saying that you have to build it in yourself. So you really need to do something to get your motivation back. Here's some podcast. Do something which just feels inspiring, makes you feel alive, or makes you just have fun. Actually, there's a very interesting video on my page which is about that, when your life is going all right, wrong, just have fun. That is also, like a surrender energy. You have fun, which means that you're like, what, like I'm in the moment, I'm happy, I embrace it fully. And that is surrender, right? Okay. Now, what is one roadblock at your level that you might experience, your personal block? What I'm getting is that you're being very conscious about money off late, like you're really wanting to not spend a lot. So that might be acting up as a roadblock in your mind, to be very frank. There's also guilt about the fact that I should be doing something bigger. I should be now onto my life purpose, my bigger goals, my financial goals, and all of that. You're still not in a zone to take action towards it. So that's why you are maybe just thinking about it. And any sort of fun or anything else that may add value also to this is not yet in your sight. But this reading might be it, might do that job for you, and you might start thinking on those lines. Another roadblock is, I think some people in this pile are very unhappy and are not feeling loved or comforted enough by people around them. And that I feel is contributing to this burnout. So, your current roadblock is actually that you just want to think and rest. For very few, this also might signal a little bit at mental health issues like depression. So seek the help that you have to. Take some vitamin D, go for a massage, feel good, go for a coffee, alone with yourself. Decide in just one moment this is not how it's going to continue, and see how things change then. Now, there's something not so comforting, which is what may happen. So, when I pulled out the cards, it did not show me great cards. And intuitively, I just felt two things. First, there might be a grieving moment in the family. Okay? So, take care of your elderly, take care of people who are having health issues a little bit closely. The second thing I felt was lack of gratitude. Nothing feels good to you. So, this may still continue to be a story. Why? Because I feel you might spend just too much time on thinking and then realize, oops, I lost this time also. So, there's a need to cultivate gratitude. This is your future self. So, you might want to start right now. And there might be some grieving moment in the family. Another thing that I just see is that you are not going to celebrate any of your achievements also in the coming few months. So turn this around. Celebrate small achievements, small things in your life, because all of that will start impacting your mind. But because these are not so great cards, I felt like pulling more, and I asked the cards that just tell me more predictively than a state of mind. Show me a little bit of more of their reality. And that's where I got some very amazing cards. One of them actually says that if somebody is trying to build a side hustle, they're trying to grow their business, or they're simply trying to get more financially stable, you will be able to. Second thing is, if you have been toying around with an idea for a very long time, you would find the courage and the finances to pump money into that business or that idea. You might have to work towards building more stamina in you, though, so that you can work on multiple things. Burning the midnight oil might be your story after a few months. Okay, now looking back, how would you feel about this situation? I don't know if this is already happening with you or not, but tapping into your intuition, looking back, it can go two ways. First, either you'd be proud of yourself about how nicely you managed to keep the office politics at bay, how good you were at putting your boundaries, how proactive you were towards a lot many things in your life and towards your goals. How even if you ride solo, you ride well, you do well in life. You're going to be proud of all of that. That's one thing. If this is more of like a predictive thing that okay, this might already be working out for you and like you're already working on these things, or looking back, you may feel that you should have done all of this. You should have put better boundaries. You should have steered smartly through office politics. You should have rode solo. You should have been more proactive. So, how you take your story is how you can change it. Did that make sense? What I wanted to say was that, your story is in your hands. Okay, now I also feel some here in this pile may go back a lot to their childhood, because you're needing comfort. Your mind and heart is needing comfort, so you'll go back to a lot of things that you did in your childhood that comforted you. Couple of other messages here. Be very careful of your communication in next few months. You want to be smart, crisp, clear. You would have to use your analytical brain quite a lot, and not just with people but even at work. And you might pretty much be the center of attention, so try not to be impulsive. Try to build a little bit of calmness in you. You might also want to take more authority in of your life, and even at work. You are powerful. You are your own authority. So make sure that you use that, allow yourself to heal, And it's okay to start from scratch. Keep telling yourself that. I feel some people in this pile, might be going through a Mars Mahadasha or Antardasha, or a Mercury Mahadasha Antardasha, or a Sun Mahadasha Antardasha. Mercury could also be placed in your 7th house. Yeah. Okay. Now, the last message that I have here from this book called The Book of Answers is do it early. That's the message. Do it early. So, I don't know what that means. Make of it whatever you have to. Peace is the message that I've given you, and that was it from my end. I hope you liked it. If you did, please make sure that you leave a comment below. Bye. Welcome, pile number 2. If I have to look at the cards that I have here laid out in front of me for your pile and just give your reading in one line, what I would say is that things are good. You may still have to grapple and understand a little bit about trusting your intuition and dealing with people more cunningly and smartly, and then it'll be fine and save money. That's your reading in one line. But then I promise you comfort today. So I'm, of course, going to take each card bit by bit and tell you what are the messages I have here for you. So, what is your current energy like? I keep hearing it's too good to be true. So, can I enjoy it, or is it going to last? Your current energy feels as if things in your life are not as messed up as you are habituated of, because for the past we have the 3 of Swords here. So you have been really hurt in the past. A lot of things happen with you that have broken your trust, that have broken you and your very core. And now currently it just feels as if you are able to move out of that dark phase of your life. You're able to now bifurcate mentally what deserves attention or not. And you are at, I would not say peace or zen, but I would say that now you just have things more sorted, more together. I also feel as if right now you are maybe craving or wanting more collaboration and community in your life. This could be in form of friends, this could be in form of like people who do similar work as yours, or you might already be engaging with a lot of people for a lot of collaboration, and you might be like learning how to do that. Actually, it might be like something unique or different for you. Honestly, overall the cards are good. The problem right now seems to be as if you're having a hard time believing that, is it really sorted? Will it stay sorted? Is this how it was supposed to be? I also feel as if some people are here struggling with closure. Then why this shit happened that happened? If it just had to be sorted. Hello. Embrace, accept, feel happy with what you have. This is all you desired. And now that you're there, you are not even knowing how to enjoy it. Oh, yes, that was the word. I think you're struggling with enjoying what you have right now. Like maybe you have some decent colleagues, maybe you have a good boss, maybe you have some great friends, maybe you have a bunch of things that you do to keep your life happy, busy. You're struggling to enjoy everything. So you might want to chill a little bit. What happened in the past, we already know. It was a very, very dark phase and space of your life. You don't have to go back to it again. Now, what is it that you need to absorb or accept? There is a need to save money, and there is a need to live a little bit frugally. Like, live in a frugal manner. You don't have to be so extravagant always. And interesting, you have some many similar cards actually as pile 1. You may have been attracted to that pile also. There could be possibility of a grieving moment in the family. There could be something which will be a little bit unpleasant. You may have to learn to just deal with that, and you need to accept it. That's one thing. Second thing, you need to start saving money. That is something that you need to accept, that to save money, even if you have to cut down on your expenses, you have to cut down on the extravagant life that you have, it's all right. You can live nicely as long as your needs are being met. You might want to control your desires a bit. What you also kind of need to accept is that yes, you will have to be for yourself, and there is only you for yourself. So turn the feeling of being lonely into sorrow as just something that you need to accept, and maybe see how can you build it build it to your superpower. You need to accept that yes, you are maybe without some support in your life, and it's all right. Because while I said that, either you will learn to collaborate with people, or you might be already, or collaboration is something that you might have to do, whatever I said, like in the beginning of the video, what I'm getting here is that even being around people, maybe there's like nobody who just feels right. So you still might feel alone. It's okay, just accept it. This is what it is right now. Spending time with yourself is a gateway to knowing yourself better, and then being able to both invite and accept the right people in your life. It's okay. All in the right time. What you also need to accept is that your intuition is guiding you. You're not listening to your intuition. This could be like a roadblock, also a personal roadblock, that listen to your gut. Don't try to intellectualize your gut. Say it as it is, absorb it as it is. Your gut is guiding you. Tune in. I also feel as if some people in this pile, might be really desperate to be able to sit down to do some spiritual ritual, and they might not be able to. I think get back to it. That's literally an advice, and nobody can do it for you but you. You have to get back to it. Pick up the rosary, pick up the jap mala, pick up the diya, pick up the book that you want to read, which might be a spiritual book. Do it. There is something there for you. So promise me today, before sleeping, you will go to that book that you have been not thinking about, or you will do your ritual, whatever it is, spiritual ritual that came to your mind when I said this. Now, what may happen? Interesting, similar-ish cards as pile number 1. But what may happen? I think life will teach you very nicely how to be cunning, a bit manipulative, and smart around people, but at the same time disassociate. How you don't bring it to yourself. How you don't let it impact yourself, and how you don't bring it home. So you will learn that for sure. And I don't know why I feel as if while you will be finding it very exhausting, you will enjoy it. Because then I also have two very wonderful cards here, which tell me that whoever is been thinking about spirituality and like connecting with the higher ones, you are going to be able to do that. So take this reading as a motivational sign and just go do it. And a lot of your tiny, tiny wishes are going to come true in the next few months. A lot of the things you will manifest. I also feel you will work very actively towards a lot of the things that you want to do. And while doing so, this time you will be like, I've really understood the worldliness. I know how to be smart about things. I know how to be diplomatic. I can handle it all. Looking back, what would you realize? I feel as if, looking back, you would just realize one thing, that I should have saved a bit more money. And second, I was just stressed for no reason. Why did I act like, as if there's just too much burden on my shoulders? I could have been chill. You would also realize I should have been more social. You would kind of feel as if, what was the point of like just staying with myself? So you might want to just balance that out. Okay, somebody here, could be going through your moon Antardasha or moon Mahadasha. That can really take a toll on your mind. I also kind of feel as if, some people in this pile are a little bit wanting romance and love in their life. So that could also be a craving or an ask that you have. Another thing is, I feel many in this pile are just wanting to develop their love or their romance with spirituality more, with the higher power, whatever faith you believe in. And you could have Ketu placed in your 8th house, or Saturn placed in your 8th house, or maybe it could be transiting over your 12th house right now. So I feel as if you just want like an intense connection with somebody, with the higher power up, or for some an intense connection, a meaningful connection with somebody romantically. And not having that is also kind of like bringing these feelings of what is all this for. Okay, the last one two messages that I have for you is you need to work a little bit on building security and confidence in yourself, and more so like feeling stable with where you are, not to be feeling like you're walking on eggshells or not to be jittery. So that will help you in your ability to flow with your desires, stimulate your creative side, and then manifest whatever like goal success you want to manifest. So work on your sacral chakra. And then we have the cosmic flower here, which says that it activates our remembrance of a place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence into the world. I feel as if this pile might be very very interested, or might be like getting to learn about very different modes of spirituality, how you can pursue your connect with the higher power. And this is literally a message also that even if not, please do it. Be open to it. There's something there for you. But I do see a lot of emotional balance and healing already happening for you. You're just not enjoying it and accepting it. So please get out of your head. Now, the message that I have here from the Book of Answers is there are two messages actually. First was deal with it later. Now, I don't know what this is, but yeah, deal with it later. And second, follow someone else's lead. I actually don't know what that means, but I am going to leave it open to interpretation. Alright, thanks. Pile number 2. See you in my next reading. Hi, pile number 3. If I have to, in one line, tell you what your reading is, I would just say stop overthinking. You're overthinking too much. The moment I started working on your pile, I started overthinking too much. And I was like, oh God, I was just fine. Plus, when I sit down for a reading, I pray a little and like I center myself and sit. So this never happens. But I was like, am I picking on someone's energy? And then I literally had the card also. So honestly, in one line, your reading is just stop overthinking. Things are going to work out fine. They are good. Believe in those. And just be clear but polite in your communication. That's it. But let's break down your reading card by card and understand more. So, what's happening currently? I do feel as if very specific people may have picked up this pile. Many people currently either could be getting married, looking forward very much to getting married. You might be like in an arranged marriage process, or like finding like the right person for yourself, dating apps, etc. Some might have gotten a leadership role or a new job opportunity. Some might have started their business. So there is an energy of a new relationship, a new phase, a new chapter starting in your life, which requires a lot of discernment, which requires practicality, which requires wisdom, which requires patience. So something new has started in your life. And for all those people, who are just like in Same job or same relationship, I still feel like it's going to be like a renewed energy in your life. There's something also to do with feeling appreciated, acknowledged, being given credit for, being seen as who you are. Wonderful. That's a wonderful energy. You're in a great space currently. For very few, I kind of get this feeling as if somebody might be craving a mentor energy in their life, or might be just wanting that I wish I had somebody who could help me just navigate through this phase, with a little bit of holding through hands. But you're in a good space. What happened in the past? I feel as if you were juggling a lot of things in the past. Could be like a work life balance issue, could be financial issues, could be not being clear on where or how you want to drive your career forward. Indecisiveness could be, should I stay in this city? Should I move someplace else? So I just feel like in the past you were juggling through a lot of things, and for all those people who are getting married or like in that process, you might simply be juggling and getting to know, understand yourself better, to figure what is it that you want, and simply like in the event management and planning of things. So yeah, but very positive cards. Now, what is it that you need to absorb and accept? You're moving into a very big and a very important new phase of life, and this will bring new set of understanding and emotional things when it comes to your journey. So be ready to embrace those. You need to just accept that you're already moving into a different phase of life, and it'll take its own sweet time to settle. There are different emotions that will crop up at each different pocket of this new phase. So just go with the flow. What are some roadblocks that you might be experiencing right now? See, now this is one of the more concerning or important messages here, because this is kind of repeated through the pile. Be a little bit more communicative, more clearly. Exchange with people what's going in your heart and mind. Don't keep it all to yourself. I also feel as if your mind is maybe right now coming up with a lot of different scenarios. Oh, there's also somebody who's now finally taking their relationship to the next level very soon. And while you do that, and even if you're not doing that, regardless, one personal roadblock is, I think you could be like making a lot of what ifs in your mind. Like you could be coming up with these scenarios in your head, like what if things go wrong, what if that goes wrong, what if this doesn't work out. It's because generally in the past, like, you have just learned that things are not easy, they don't work out like in that fashion where everything is just stable for long. And this feels interesting because right now things are stable, they are good, and while it's a change, but it feels like a positive change. So the part of you that is finding this unique, that oh, this has never happened, is cooking up scenarios in your mind. Okay. Another thing is that you have to learn to communicate a little bit more effectively and properly with people around. Don't keep anything in your heart, just say it. Figure a right way or a nicer way of saying it, but say it. And figuring a nicer way of saying it is very important, because the energy that I'm getting here is not of someone like who wants to cause issues, tiffs, conflicts, but just somebody who just feels that I'm not feeling understood or heard enough. Like I have like these whirlpool of emotions and I need somebody to be able to understand those. So that's why just say what's on your mind, what's in your heart. It's that simple. Now, what may happen? You may have to be very prepared to work very hard. And I don't know why I feel as if this is also like for people who are currently in a relationship, getting married, or planning to. Like, you would really have to like sort out your finances and work hard collectively as a couple. And if you're single, for those like who felt like this could be your business or your work related message, just be ready to work a lot more harder. I'm hearing like you will have to burn the midnight oil, you will have to be very organized, you will have to be very very patient. So that is something that you just have to, it's just kind of coming like a predictive message that there would be flow of money, but you would have to work very hard for money. So any sort of stability that you're seeking, emotional or financial, mental, you would have to work towards it, and it'll come slowly, but it has to be a conscious decision, conscious choice made on a daily basis. For very few, I also feel as if you could be entering your phase of Sade Sati very soon, or you could be pretty much ending your Sade Sati. This might also be relevant for those who are going through their Saturn Mahadasha or Antardasha. That is also impacting what it is right now. Looking back, what would you feel about this entire life phase? You know what you would actually feel, that, oh my god, was I a little delusional? Why was I overthinking everything so much? I was just so stressed out. It felt like I was living in a survival mode because my mind was constantly feeding me thoughts and I had no way to stop those. What was I thinking? What was I so worried for? What was I so disturbed for? What was I so restless for? I feel like a lot of emotions are going to show themselves to you in bits and parts. So just accept and absorb, and it's okay. Let an emotion come, let that emotion feel heard properly, and then move past it. Now, the other few messages that I have here is, I do feel there is going to be some addition to the family, or you're making your family stable, which means business, work. So, you're going to be very happy and very homely in the coming few months. Then we also have another card here which talks about that whatever you're earning, it would be nice to start like a tiny donation ritual. That's one thing in which you stick to it, okay? Should not be random. And second thing is that be a little organized. I think you're going to have to manage a lot of things in the coming time. Like a new life chapter along with maybe work, personal, professional. So try to make it less overwhelming and do one thing at a time. It'll help you. Then we have another card of communications, which is it supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms, reminds us to run every piece of information incoming and outgoing through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of the source and balanced exchange. Without simplifying the complicated message on the card, I would just say that it's just about that being able to communicate effectively. Speak your truth. Don't keep anything in your heart. Bring it out. I also feel that, some people in this pile have been toying with the idea of becoming a content creator or having their podcast or something which brings you a little bit more in the public light. And or maybe, as a part of your business only, you've been thinking that, should I do more personal branding? Yes, that is the answer. Don't let your mind fool you into believing it won't go right. You don't know how to speak properly. You're not as effective. You don't know this. You don't know that. It's okay. You learn, dude. Stop chasing perfectionism. Just chase your goal. Things sort out in time on their own. Okay? Now, the last message that I have here from you is for you is from this book called The Book of Answers. I'm just going to flip and see what comes up for this pile. It seems assured. Wow. The message is literally, it seems assured. So, you don't have to worry about anything. Like, literally, as I sat down, I was like, okay, overthinking. But then looking at the cards, it's like everything is fine. You're in a good space. And slowly, you would just have to learn to balance between two or three things, which you will. You're organized. You're a functional person. Just stop overthinking. Stop making things big in your head than they need to be. So yeah, that was it. Pile number 3. This was your reading. Let me know how much you liked it or how much did you resonate with it in the comments below.